Good morning, I'm back. We're at 2 weeks, 6 days. So we're on the 6th day. We're almost at 3 weeks into this build. I've rebuilt most of the truck now, and I got to do a drive shaft today. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this drive shaft right on this weld seam. And I'm just going to cut it right in the middle of that. Now these drive shafts are super thin. So when you cut in, you only cut in just a little ways. And then you just bang it with a hammer and it'll come apart. So we're going to reclaim this, then we're going to reclaim the other end. And then we're going to weld in a new heavy tube. That's gonna go. The idea is that you grind it to a certain point, and then the hammer just rips the last little bit of weld apart. There it goes. Okay. Now this is gonna go on our new drive shaft, and this piece of tube is gonna go in the metal bin. When I cut this off, I cut it really carefully. You'll notice I didn't cut into the saddle at all. I only cut as deep as the thickness of the tube, and then I roll my cutter in at a heavy angle, and I cut into the point where I'm pretty certain that I can hit it with a hammer, and then it just rips that last little hair away. And then it comes out really nice and clean. So this will just plug into the new drive shaft, and it's gonna be awesome. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing with the short side. Oh, I'm destroying my stand here. Use the truck, I guess. Winning! There it is. So same thing there. I'll show you. I didn't cut into the strap at all. I just get it real close, and then I rely on it ripping apart. So now I got to find a shaft to put in between these, and I'll be back. Okay, I found my front drive shaft. I'm really stoked on that. It of course doesn't work. So close. Bingo! Okay, we're gonna do that to the other end, and then we'll go find tube. Hello. So it's a new day, and I'm back out here, and I'm giving her, and I'm on the drive shafts. I spent all day yesterday looking for drive shaft tubing. Nobody does these things in our town anymore, so I ended up having to go to like every redneck that I could think of that would have an old tube kicking around. And then I finally found a guy that had with an old machine shop tucked away, and he checked his personal house stash and found me a piece. So I've got a rear drive shaft tube coming. I can't do that one today, or not yet anyways. But I am working on the front. And it's got this goofy bell on it. Spin you around. So the Trailblazer drive shaft has this stupid floppy CV thing in it. And squaring it up to the shaft, there's the U-joint on the other end. So squaring this up on the shaft is sort of a bugger. So what I'm doing is I've got a dial indicator on here, and I'm just gonna keep rolling this thing and tapping it until everything zeroes out all the way around. It's probably gonna take me like it's probably going to take an hour or something like that of tapping it and getting it perfect before I'm satisfied. But I want it absolutely perfectly zeroed all the way around. And then it won't vibrate. It'll be just as good as any other drive shaft or better. You'll see a lot of drive shafts that got big weights on them. It's because when they were built, they weren't built perfect. They just bang them together, throw them on a balancer wherever the heavy spot is. They put a weight on the opposite side of that. The end. Basic. So this will balance out because I'm going to make it perfect. It's all there is to it. But it's finicky. I'm not a machinist guy. I'm like, get her done. Like, I want to build this stuff fast. Like, I built half this damn truck faster than I got this stupid drive shaft going. Like, for one, this tube is like, that is getting to be hard to find material, at least in my town. And then just this whole machinist stuff of like fiddly little increments and like just tapping it and moving it essentially nothing. But you see your dial indicator move, so it's changing things. So I'm going to get this perfect. It's going to be perfect. And then I'm going to go for a cruise to this machine shop. He's sort of a cool guy. So he's going to hook me up with the tube I need. And then I'm going to come back this evening. I'm going to make the rear drive shaft. And so today is week 3, the end of week 3. Today is officially 3 weeks into this build. And I'll have all the drive shafts done, 4-link done, front, everything's in. I just have the wiring, intake, and turbo to do, essentially to make it a runner. I'm getting there. Every day I'm just so stoked. I can barely sleep. You guys ever get that way where you're into a project so much where you can't sleep? Like you wake up at 3 a.m. and you just want to get back out into the shop? That's how I've been lately. Like almost addict worthy. But look at how badass it is. Hey. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm going to tap these shafts around till they're minty, and then weld them up. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to quickly roll out these drive shafts. They're nothing too hard about these. So first I'm going to just tack top, and then I'm going to flip it over, tack the bottom. Not good enough there. Okay, now I'll check it with the, what the heck is it called? Dial indicator.
You want me to cut it and cut it to that 35 length and square it, like in the lathe, faced off?
Thank you.
Alright, see ya.
Bye. Oh, that's awesome. Well, let's burn this out and we'll go get our tube. I like that. I like that. Boom. Beautiful. Now I'm going to throw that in the snow. I'm going to throw the rubber parts in the snow so it doesn't ruin them. Well, I'm back. I roll welded out my drive shafts and then put them in. So there's the rear one, all painted and looking sharp. The front one, I'm waiting for U-joint to come. So once that U-joint comes, then I'm going to put him in, but it's made. And I just position or roll welded those out. And so I'm pretty stoked. It's the shocks are in too. So they yeah, everything in the back end is essentially done except for the wiring. And now I'm on to the intake. And look at how good that looks, eh? Is that sick? But I had some interference issues up here. Maybe it's hard to see. I had to cut this corner off right here, and I'm still hitting. I can't quite go up enough. So back to the drawing boards on that one. I'm going to try and fight all those bolts out. They are miserable to get in and out. No fun. But I had to see if they were going to all line up, and they don't because that thing hits. So I'm going to cut another section of that corner off, and then yeah, and then hopefully it'll bolt up nice. And then I'm on to the exhaust and turbo. So out in the shop, working on the goat. All drive shafts are in now. Everything's hooked up there. That little cheese ball. That's probably not. That'll probably be the first to die. It'll be this transfer case and drive shaft. But I got the cab lowered down. And check this out. There's the turbo. But I got a clearance issue with my intake. So I'm gonna trim it on. I was gonna just trim the body a little bit. Oops. But I don't want to cut the body. So I'm gonna trim this intake on the red line and fix it. But I'm so close to having her in. And the turbo. Let's see what we got.
The belt loose again now. Feels like just loosen the belt off.
Gotta go down just a hair more. Are we hitting that intake yet? No, we got clearance. No big deal. That's about where it lives. A little bit of, yeah, come down about an inch from there. They're doing a head gasket. Oh, we're fitting now. Look how awesome this is, guys. Just fits. That is sick. Back in the intake, turbo. Woohoo! Good morning. I'm back. We're out in the shop, and I'm working on the Hiace here still. Where I'm at now is we got the 4-link in, and the drive shafts are all hooked up and connected. So there's the 4-link all set up. Shocks are in. We got the big load on the back. And there's the front drive shaft in. Everything worked out great there. So now today I am trying to figure out the location for the turbo. So we're gonna jack this thing up and up she goes. Here, we'll lift this up, and then, oh, look at this. I should have had the camera the other way. Oh, yeah. There's my Atlas 4200. So she's in place. Now, I built this little bracket just as a temporary, just to sort of get an idea where that turbo was gonna go. And then we put the coils in and it can't go there. So it's gonna have to go taller. Yeah, it's just not gonna work. So we got fitment issues. I was dumb and I overlooked something. And this is what it is. This guy right here is supposed to be bolted onto these 2 bolts, which means that 1.5 inches back from there is that intake. So I trimmed this corner thinking about this bracket, but not what this bracket holds. So that was a bit dumb. I'm gonna have to redo the whole nose of this thing. Like, definitely. That's just not gonna work. I'm gonna have to get creative there. And then at the back here, it wouldn't fit. The cab wouldn't come down past this. So I took a sliver out of here, and then I just lopped the end off. I don't know. I don't like where this turbo is. Once the air filter's on it, like, I don't like it. So I'm gonna get chopping on that intake. Sort of bummed that I didn't think of that, but it is what it is. That's part of building custom stuff. Adapt and overcome. Okay, I'm gonna take that intake off and we'll figure out what I'm gonna do. Okay, now we got that there. Now I can see how much room I actually have to get into that port back there. That was definitely a major flaw. Like, here's my port, and that alternator really creeps in there a lot. So that first runner on that intake, this first runner isn't going to work at all. I'm going to have to totally chop this thing apart. And I don't know, maybe lay this one back at an angle and make it just flow up into here. I don't know. I'm not a turbo guy, so I don't really know what the rules are. Like, I imagine as long as this thing's pushing air into itself, it should be fine. I don't know. Leave it in the comments. Tell me, yeah, let me know Let me know if chopping that thing and swooping it in at the end is bad or not. I genuinely don't know. I'm just a fabricator, and sometimes I just make things work, not knowing 100% if it's gonna work. Like, I know it'll solve my problem of making it fit, but as a mechanic's point of view, is it gonna run good like that? Like, the air is getting pushed into this thing, so I can't see it not working. Okay, I'm gonna chop this intake and see what I gotta do here. I'll be back. Okay, I got this intake back, and I think I'm just gonna this thing will be just bent up enough to get around the alternator, and then I'll just basically box that in a little bit so it looks decent. And I don't think there's any way there's not going to get enough air going to it. It's still a big chamber. And wearing a respirator. The aluminum dust is nasty. It ain't good for you. So I'm wearing a respirator. And yeah, so I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut that piece up now. And throw a quick form on it to where I need it. And I'll go from there. Yeah, this is just an adapt and overcome kind of deal. Okay, I'll be back. I have been giving her all day. But what's going on now is, I'll spin us around. Little spinorama. And so there's my alternator. There's that pipe that's in my stupid way all the time. And then the intake. So the welds are obviously a little ugly. That's rushing. Those welds are getting ground off because I want that polished seam look. So there's just enough weld that it's over the edge. So when I grind it, there's no low spots. From above, this is what I got going on. I don't know, can you sort of see into there? I had to just sort of dive it into that flange at the end to make room for the alternator. And then this thing is sort of tucked up here. The camera's show. I'll brace it on here. And I don't know if the camera's quite, it says focusing is failing. So anyways, up in there is that last port. And it seemed to have worked out all right. I got her in. There's a little bit of smoke on it still. I did end up with a hair of warpage. So I'm going to heat this thing up. Tomorrow I'll heat it up, or the next day. I'm going to heat it up a lot. And then clamp it down. I'll clamp it down to a big heavy piece of steel, and it'll come back close enough. And then I'll just re-machine the face again. But at least it fits now. So that was a win. That's a win. That was a long day. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to overcome it. It's awkward to make it still have flow and make it around that stupid alternator, but I'm getting closer, guys. I'm getting closer. This thing has been a shitload of work. Like, there she is as she sits. And so far, there's not a single piece of metal on this truck that I haven't touched at this point. I've redid all the doors, the bodywork. You can watch a video of me fucking up that paint job. Yeah. It's getting pretty awesome. It's got its first load on. Hey, so I've been giving her. Yeah, let me show you what I've been up to here. So here we are at the back. Now I got my turbo mount in. And my intake is all fit up. I had to like custom fit it around this alternator. That was actually really quite tricky. That took hours. That took friggin' hours. But I got this thing positioned now where the turbo is. Oh, I'll show you from the front. So that's what it looks like from the front. Like, how awesome is that? I can't whistle very good. My air cleaner is crooked, but I assure you that turbo is straight to it. So I'm pretty stoked. Hey? Is that awesome or what? I didn't, it's turning out sort of better than I expected. I don't know. You know, sometimes you just sort of get lazy and you don't do as nice a job as you could. Well, I figured sometimes like that's what I'd do, you know. I don't mind going the mile on a project that's paying, but when it's your own time and your own dime, it's a different thing. Sometimes get her done wins. But I've been trying really hard to just keep everything really good looking. And I'm pretty stoked. And it fits under the cab. That's important. I couldn't video fitting up this turbo. I'm not gonna lie, there was just too much swearing. That turbo is heavy. And it is so awkward. When you're one guy, and you're trying to hold it and slap it, and there's stuff all over, like, I gotta clean up. But for now, I ran out of welding gas, so I gotta go get welding gas. So I'll be back. Hey, so I got the cab sitting down. It's not quite where it needs to be because it hits my bracket for the turbo. So I got to be able to come down. Another 1.5 inches to get those body mounts in. And on the back, I've got to come down almost 2 inches. But I'm hitting this mountain here. So let me show you inside. This is awesome. Okay, there she is. Oh, big beauty. Look at that. So this mount is supposed to be almost touching, like can you see my fingers right here? It's supposed to be right here. So I put it about 4 inches too far over. So, but that's not a big deal. I'll just move it over 4 inches. Easy. But is that cool? Hey, that's gonna be so sick under there. Look at how well it fits. And my intake has room now. There's lots of room for it. Well, I don't know about lots of room, but that's room. So it's officially in, and the turbo is there. Whoops, sorry. Driving like a crazy person. So I ran out of welding gas. So I got to come back. But I'm thinking it'll probably be tomorrow. I'll go do some video editing. Now that the drive shafts are in. Drive shafts are made and they're all in. Nothing's Bluetooth anymore. Shocks are in. We got its first load on the back. And now I just got to move that turbo mount in there. Maybe give it a little trim. And then I can figure out the ducting for the... Because I still got to plumb from the turbo into the airbox. Something like that, you know, around a little swoopy thing, wastegate, do all the turbo-y things, and exhaust. I don't know where I want to punch the exhaust through. I haven't decided that. But you guys let me know, like, should I just punch it straight up through here and then out? Or should I make it drop down so that it's not quite as hillbilly? And then come out the side dump it somewhere. You guys let me know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll be back.